morning. How's everybody doing today? Fired up? You're out here getting better at a sport? All right, how many of you love sports? Yes, great. All right. Well, I tell you what, as mentioned, my wife and I, we've got a blended family of 6 kids. Right now, 3 are going through recruiting. I've got a son, a 12th grade cross-country runner, a daughter, a 9th grade swimmer, and a daughter that's a 6th grade basketball player. The age of many of you that her goal is to play for Purdue one day. She's got an academy this morning and she's working hard. So like you, a lot of my kids love sports and want to play at the next level. Many of you are young, some of you are a little older, but how many of you have thought about one day maybe being a college tennis player or a college athlete? Great, you watch on TV? Absolutely, it is a great way to play the sport you love and get an outstanding education, right? So we're going to talk, young people, about what you need to know as you get older so you can be in better position for these college tennis coaches or whatever sport you want to compete in to know about you so you can connect with a scholarship. And parents, a lot of this information will be very valuable to you. Some of you got this guide out front after the program. If you didn't, be sure to get it from me so that you can fill out a form for your son or daughter. Even if they're not here, this is about all sports. So we're going to go through this. This goes over the 5 things you got to know and the 5 things you must do to be successfully recruited. And first thing I wanted to say is there's 3 things about recruiting you need to know today. A lot of you probably do the internet in some form. The internet has dramatically changed recruiting. It is so important as you develop in your skills at some point to have an online profile for college coaches to see. That's where recruiting is today. When I was doing this 10 years ago, it was more send out paper resumes and such. Another thing is the competition for scholarship has never been greater. Your moms and dads out there want you to go to college. Well, college is expensive and it goes up every year. You as athletes have an edge because colleges want true student athletes, young people that work hard in the classroom, hard at their sport. You're wanted on campuses. You have a chance to get scholarships that maybe some others do not. So you want to keep working hard in all areas. The third thing is it's the process. Yeah, a lot will happen in 11th and 12th grade, but the choices you make over the next few years will determine how many scholarship offers you get when you get older. And it says here, recruiting process started yesterday. Recruiting has started earlier than ever before. Recently, in my hometown, an 8th grader was offered a college basketball scholarship by Purdue. In basketball and some sports, it's really accelerated. Tennis, not so much. Most kids get offered in the 10th, 11th, 12th grade, but again, the things you're doing now will put you in position. For example, academically, the better your grades, the more options you will have, period. Every grade point counts. So, get your aces in the classroom long before you're even on the varsity tennis team or whatever. Make your great forehands in the classroom, get the best grades you can have. My son, we started the process in 8th grade with him as a cross-country runner. Got him to the things to get him better, doing the kind of things like this, and then academically. Also, he's editor of the literary magazine now as a 12th grader. He's in mock trial. He's in National Honor Society, FCA, and he's captain of the cross-country team. He gets better every year. As a result, he's getting a lot of scholarship offers this year. We started the process early. So academics, you know, athletes, you will be academically on the clock, especially day 1 of the 9th grade. The NCAA says that. So that's when it really, you want to develop great study habits as you get older. But 9th grade, 10th, 11th, 12th is what those college coaches look at. Now, as far as things you can do, and parents, you can start taking unofficial visits all through high school. That's where you start visiting college coaches. Get to camps. Let them know who you are, so they get to see who you are. If you've got a great attitude, they got to see character's huge in tennis. There are some tennis players that will pout and throw rackets and go into funks and everything. You want to make sure you develop your character as well. You want to be a team player. Be there for other players because they're looking at those things as well as rankings and all those other kind of things. Some other points to make is it says recruiting starts with verified information. How do college tennis coaches find players? Well, a lot of it is your ratings at tennisrecruiting.net and various ratings and tournaments you've played in, people you've beat. They build their list off things like that, verified information, your ITF ranking, other things like that. They use NCSA. We have a database of top quality student athletes that they come to build their recruiting list. They'll use the recommendation of a college coach, instructors, academy leaders, because they trust their information. All of that. And then when they go to events to watch, they have a list of young people. So it's important as you get older to get your kids on these lists through verified, trusted sources like tennisrecruiting.net, NCSA, so that you're not hoping your kid gets discovered. You've got to play the recruiting game as well. It's important to do camps, do events like this, because you've got to be good enough to play college sports. My stepdaughter Lindsay, she does private coaching with a college coach, and she does AAU. She loves her sport. We're careful not to burn her out. Always be careful about that. Stay fresh. Do other things. Be a kid. But it does take a lot of effort to be a college athlete. Online profile. And he would watch a little video of them playing tennis, practicing, and in a match. And what he said was he loves to hear from young people that really have an interest in going to that school. So especially as you get older, and for those of you in high school, you want to let those college coaches know, hey, I want to come to your school because you have this field of study or what have you. Here's my profile. You got to let them know who you are. All right, don't wait to be discovered in recruiting. I spoke at a big track and field national championships, and the Stanford coach came up to me and he said, this is where recruiting is today. One-stop shopping, where you have the ability to build a profile for your child parents, where it's got their transcripts for the coaches to see, a few minutes of highlights, and their accomplishments. And then you update it as you get older. You know, there may not be a whole lot there in the young ages, but then all of a sudden you win some tournaments, your rankings get higher, you get named a captain, you do this, and you update it. That goes out to the coaches, and they go, wow, we need to get this kid in our campus. See about offering him a scholarship one day. Now the next page, it's got the different levels of colleges. Any particular colleges you guys want to go to? Anybody have a dream college? Yes. Duke, how about you? Penn State? Stanford? Cornell? Yale? Notre Dame? Okay, hey, parents, you're doing a great job. You all have said some great schools. This is about using your sport to get an education at an outstanding academic institution. Now, there are different levels of college sports and tennis. Division I, I think we were all mentioned Division I schools. That's great. Those are schools like Maryland, North Carolina, Virginia, Notre Dame.